Hey y'all. Kiwi, you want to eat that food? Because I was going to order us some Wingstop when I get off live. I don't know how, Kiwi. I'm on live. Just wait till I'm done. Because I'm on live already. Hey y'all. You can come whisper what you want to whisper in my ear. Okay. Baby, do me a favor. Can you look in my sock drawer and bring me some socks to put on my feet? I'm cold. Hey y'all. Hey friend. You're not whispering. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna take care of it. Bring mommy some socks. Hey y'all. Oh. Okay, so as y'all come in, share the live, tap the screen as you come in, share the live as you come in. How are y'all? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, you guys. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let me share the live. Let me repost the live so that everybody will know that we're on our backup page. Oh, Lord, I don't even know why I did that because that hurt like hell. I'm having problems with my shoulders, y'all. Let's see. And let me repost it. Y'all repost the live for me. Hello. How are you guys doing? Man, that's not no. Those are support holes. Oh. Hi everybody. So Lisa, yeah, girl, I had a left shoulder replacement and it's been bothering me. So I went to my orthopedic doctor today and found out that one of the screws is loose in my prosthetic. Can we stop them from hollering? Or just close the door on them. And then my bone graft and my right shoulder is starting to fail. But I have really, really good orthopedic doctors. And so usually when the bone graft starts to fail, we just rebone graft it. That's really, it's like an extensive surgery, but it's robotic. However, the right shoulder, whenever there's a problem, they have to always cut my scar and go in. But that's not what this live is about. This live is about you all. So I don't want to talk about that. But I just thought about like me doing like this. It hurts my shoulders. So I don't even know why I'm doing that. But it's because I'm in a good mood. Hey, Tasha. Hey, Jalen. Welcome in. Hi, everybody. For the 90 people who are in the live, you guys, if you're not yet following me, click this picture. Make sure you're following me. Turn your notification bells on. For those of you who are meeting me for the very first time, you guys, my name is KEASHA Dixon. I go by Charge Nurse Keisha or Nurse Keisha on social media, you guys. I am a nurse of 24 years, y'all. I work under the umbrella of emergency room medicine. I'm the charge nurse of a 20-bed outpatient unit, and I'm also a patient and partner of Amble Health. You guys, I have been with Amble for a year and a half. Hey, Sunshine. Hey, Me So Fab. Hey, Mira_Michelle. How are you? Your name changed. Oh my gosh. But I know who you are because I see your picture, PJ. So anytime you guys see me on live, it's always an Amble sponsored live. We're always doing GLP-1 education. We're talking about the meds. We're talking about the side effects. We're talking about things to complement your journey. We're talking about tolerance. We're talking about supplements. We're talking about all of the things. So I'm always happy to come on and connect with my people. Yes, PJ, you won't be able to change it for 7 days. I had changed my name on my primary page to just Keisha accidentally because I was trying to capitalize some things and put some little emojis and stuff with my name. And I wasn't able to change my name for 7 days. So yeah, it's going to hold you hostage for 7 days. You posted your first TikTok video. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. I encourage everybody to tell their story. You guys are always in here dropping gems, so you might as well drop gems on your own page and grow you a community of people who will want to hear what you have to say, because you all have so many good things to say when you guys come to this platform. So, oh my goodness, I made BioCare protein drink and I made a video. Wow. Okay, so do you like BioCare? First of all, look at my drink. Y'all look at my cup for tonight. Isn't this cute? Okay. So for the 107 people who are in the live, if you're not yet following me, again, click this picture, make sure you're following me. And I was telling my story, I was thinking about my 3-year journey with GLP-1s, y'all, where I started, where I'm at today. So when you see me on live, this is what we're talking about. It's always going to be GLP-1, and it's always going to be sponsored by Amble. For those of you who want to start your GLP-1 journey for whatever reason, because we know GLP-1s are not just for weight loss, they're for comorbidities. It's to help people prevent exacerbated disease processes. GLP-1 medications are amazing. So not everybody is here respectfully for weight loss. Okay, so let's just get into the education of it all. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or concern, please drop it in the chat, because I am paying attention to the chat. How did the yams turn out? Tasha, they were so good. I will never cook yams again without lemon. Ever, friend. I will never cook sweet potatoes again without lemon. It was amazing. It made the lemon taste so much better. Hey, Rocio, I heard you was on live today, girl. I'm so proud of you guys. Stepping out of y'all's comfort zone and just doing the damn thing. I love to see it. Oh, especially when it's my people. It's people that I know, people that I adore, people that I trust. I just love to see it. That is so amazing. Love you. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So okay, so let's just start at the beginning. We always start our lives with education, and we always start the live with what are GLP-1s. And the reason why we do that, you guys, is because we know that not all of us are familiar with what GLP-1s are, what they do, how they work, who they're for, how to get them, and all of those things. So let's just take care of that business first. Again, if you're not yet following me, click this picture, make sure you're following me. And listen, you guys, this is my backup page. This is Nurse Keisha backup page. Y'all, make sure you're following my big page as well. We have almost 3,000 followers here, but we have 101,000 followers on the other page. That's where you get all of the education and the information about supplements and some other things. Okay, but here it's solely GLP-1 weight loss, education, side effects. That's what we talk about here on this platform. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. We know that if we are obese, we know that obesity is a disease process just like any other disease. Okay, we know that obesity is a metabolic disorder where some of us are insulin resistant, some of us are pre-diabetic. These are the metabolic issues. Hey, Kendall. Some of us are diabetic and we don't want to progress into chronic kidney disease. There are some of us who have cardiovascular disease and need the cardiovascular protection of a GLP-1. There are some of us who have autoimmune diseases that are associated with pain, and we need the anti-inflammatory properties of GLP-1s, right? There are some of us who have sleep apnea, okay? There are some of us who have fatty liver disease. So GLP-1s help a plethora of disease processes, okay? GLP-1s are satiation hormones, you guys. Your body naturally produces GLP-1s, okay? And GLP-1 and GIP. But when you take it as a medication, is a synthetic form that mimics what your body already produces. They're satiation hormones. They're produced in your gut. Those hormones signal to your brain to let your brain know when you are full. It also slows down your digestive process, making you feel full faster, feeling full longer. And specifically, the mechanism of action of a GLP-1 medication is to make you more insulin sensitive. Keisha, what does that mean? Insulin is the hormone that helps you to break down protein, fats, and carbs and metabolize them and store them or excrete them appropriately, the way the body supposed to do it. Now, people who are not obese and people who don't have metabolic disorders, they have no idea what this feels like. And just to give you like a mental picture or just like some real life situations, if you're wondering, oh, I wonder if that's me. If you're the type of person who is overweight, you've been fighting obesity for some time now, for years now, you may have dibbled and dabbled into diet culture and you followed like Atkins or list some other ones, you know, some other Atkins. There was Atkins, WW. I don't want to call out their name. WW. There's some other programs. The juice, you know, I can remember it being like a cabbage diet, a smoothie, a green smoothie diet. But you followed all of those things and you have had success with it. But then your weight comes right back. You work out, you eat right, you take your supplements, but for the life of you, you cannot keep the weight off. And a lot of us have gone through those situations feeling like that you are the problem. You're the reason why this is happening, but you're not the reason why. The real truth is you have a disease process called obesity, and your body is not processing or metabolizing carbs and fats the way it's supposed to, eliminating them, storing them the way they're supposed to. So you need scripted help, right? Just like a diabetic needs to control their blood sugar with meds, just like a person who has chronic hypertension needs to control their blood pressure with meds, just like a person who has arrhythmias, which are irregular heartbeats, and need to take medication to control those things, just like a patient who has autoimmune diseases that's associated with inflammation and pain has to take autoimmune meds, or you know, you're no different. So you possibly have a disease process. And listen, everything that I educate about on this live, you always want to take the education that you learn and have these conversations in real time with your clinicians, just so that you can solidify the information that you obtain. Okay. Because this is the internet, you know, it is my point of view, you know, my lives are based upon my experience, bedside nursing, my experience in my weight loss journey. So these are my experiences, and this is my experience as a clinical nurse. So you always want to talk with your clinicians about anything that you learn on the internet. And that's with me and everybody else. Hey, Vivi, welcome in, baby doll. That's with me and anybody else, okay? Now, once your doctor has noted that you have obesity and you have now, hey, side to side, you now have an interest in starting GLP-1 medications, the very first thing that you need to do is there's a couple of things that you need to do first. And this is for all the newbies or people who have started them and you just were not aware. You can, first of all, if you have medical insurance, and I learned this from Nurse Kima, if you have medical insurance, you always want to check your formularies to see what is on your formularies and vet your formularies first, because you never know what you are entitled to when it comes to your insurance, okay? And Kima taught me that in her experience as being a certified case manager, that one of the biggest failures for patients once they are discharged from the hospital or discharged from their doctor's visits is not being able to afford their medications. So I know as a nurse, the most successful way a patient can get their meds is by helping someone pay for them, preferably their insurance companies, right? You pay premiums every other week. A lot of us get those premiums drafted from our paychecks. They get paid before we even get paid. So why would you not try to use your insurance company and vet your formularies to see whether or not you are covered? All right. And then also educate yourself on what prior authorizations are. Prior authorizations are forms that your doctors can fill out to prove medical necessity for certain medications. Now, I know that the insurance companies are being very hard when it comes to WL meds and people who have obesity. You know, I know they are really taking us through the ringer, but you know, I've always said the only failed PA is the one that was not processed. I would rather them deny me to not process it at all. You understand what I'm saying? Babe, can you give me a heating pad to put in my lap? So also, once you vet your formularies, if it's not on your formulary and you had a unsuccessful prior authorization, just always remember that you can lean to compounded pharmacies. I am with Amble Health, as I stated at the beginning of the live. Amble Health is an online telehealth company that is meant to make it very convenient for you to speak with a clinician. We have obesity trained clinicians who will put you on a formulary that's specific to your comorbidities, specific to your meds that you have taken in the past, things that you're taking in the present, to get you to goal, whether that be on the scale, whether that be your labs, controlling comorbidities and things like that. Okay. With Amble, there are no physician fees. You don't have to pay for shipping. You can, you don't have to subscribe to anything. Kendall said, hey, honey. You don't have to subscribe to anything. You can order 3, 6, 9, 12 months worth of medicines at one time. Thank you. Kendall, he went like this. You can order 3, 6, 12 months worth of medicines at one time. And you can use your FSA, Afterpay, Affirm, and you can also use your Klarna. Now, I use Klarna specifically because Klarna is the company that I am used to shopping with. And that's those are the platforms where you can make payments to them and they would pay the company upfront. Okay. If there's anybody in the chat that has any questions or comments, drop it. I can see the comments, you guys. Kendall said, Lord, I was about to say, he didn't say nothing. No, girl. Wendell and Kiwi just had an intense conversation. So they both trying to cool down. So he just went like this. It's not about you, baby. Hey, Miss Patrice, welcome in, my love. Welcome in. Star Kids, thank you for the follow. For the 80 people who are in the chat, if you are not yet following me, click this picture. Make sure you're following me. Turn your notification bells on so you know when I am live. You guys make sure that you are following Nurse Keisha and also make sure you are following Charge Nurse Keisha. Hold on, let me say hello in the chat. Hey, y'all. Hold on. Hey, I'm gonna just say, hey, friends. So make sure you are following the Charge Nurse Keisha page as well, you guys. So this is my backup page where we do all of the lives at, okay? All right, so now once you get that diagnosis and you know that you have obesity, you know you have a metabolic disorder, you know you need to be medicated, you have found the source of where you're gonna get your meds from. Now you need to start educating yourself on side effects of these meds. Now with these meds, the top side effects that you may experience is definitely going to be GI related because again, like I said, one of the mechanism of action of these meds is going to be to delay your gastric emptying. So it's going to slow things down. So constipation going to play a role. So you have to understand what your water goals are. You have to meet water goals every single day, right? You're going to have suppression of appetite. So there's going to be days where you're not going to want to eat anything. And because your appetite is suppressed, your thirst sensor is going to be suppressed. So you have to make sure you're getting your protein in. So you have to find out what your protein goals are. And remember, protein goals are not the same for everybody. There are some of us who have disease processes where even though it says you need to eat a certain amount of protein every day, your disease process may not allow you to do that. And that's those of you who have kidney disease. You know, you have a specific amount of protein that you're supposed to consume in a day, and your endocrinologist should be the one who's letting you know, or your nutritionist. Your endocrinologist, your primary care should have consulted a nutritionist for you to determine those things for you, okay? Another thing that you have to consider when you are taking GLP-1s, when it comes to the constipation, you have to start treating yourself as if you will get constipated, because you will get constipated. If you're not drinking enough fluids, if you're not increasing your fiber, friend, I promise you, you will get constipated because you're taking a medicine that literally slows down digestion. So don't, you know, it always surprises me when people be saying, oh God, I'm just so constipated. Like, that's a surprise. Thank you. Look, boo, I got these from Walmart about 3 years ago. I take them out every Christmas. So, Jess is asking, can it give you heart palpitations? Absolutely not, baby. It protects your heart. It protects your heart. Absolutely not. It's not a stimulant. There's no stimulant in GLP-1s. Now, one thing that can give you palpitations, Jess, is dehydration. If you get dehydrated, when you're dehydrated, your blood volume drops and your heart starts to try to overcompensate. So that's where the palpitations come from. So no, it's not the medicine that gives heart palpitations. You are dehydrated. And when you're dehydrated, which is another side effect of GLP-1s, you need to increase your fluid volume, and you also need to treat with electrolytes, but you want to do it very minimalistically, okay? By doing like Pedialyte, Gatorlyte, I love Plume's electrolytes because it is low sodium. So make sure you're treating constipation every day. Take a stool softener. Learn the difference between stool softeners because all stool softeners are not the same. So constipation, we talked about dehydration, how to treat dehydration. Dehydration can lead to dehydration headaches. There's some of you guys who walk around and just be like, oh my God, I just don't know. My head is just hurting me. I took my medicine and I have a headache. I just don't know why my head is banging. Your head is banging, baby, because you are dehydrated and you need fluids and you need electrolytes. You never want to treat a dehydration headache with migraine medicine because you're not having a migraine. You're having a dehydration headache, which are two totally different things. If you treat a dehydration headache with migraine medicine, you will make it worse. Okay, you make it worse. So if you're having a headache and you're on GLP-1s, the very first, and you don't, if you're a person who don't suffer with migraines and you start taking GLP-1s and you start having migraines, you're not having a migraine, baby. You're having a dehydration headache, okay? So drink you some water, drink you some electrolytes, and I promise you it will resolve itself. You can take you some Tylenol just to kind of give yourself a little comfort. But that's all you need. Hey, sister. That's all you need. And lay down and rest your eyes. Close your eyes and give the fluid and the electrolytes time to get where they need to go. Balance out. We call that homeostasis. And then your headache will resolve itself. Okay. Other side effects, nausea. Okay. The reason why you will experience nausea, and your nausea can come out of nowhere, is just because of the delayed gastric emptying. Your peristalsis, we call, when the act of your food going from your mouth out the rectum is called peristalsis. So there is like a movement of things from your esophagus down to your stomach, down to your colon, and then out through the rectum. So when you start taking a GLP-1 medication where you would normally, prior to taking your GLP-1 medication, peristalsis movement may look like this. And then when you take a GLP-1, it will look like this. You understand what I'm saying? So everything is super slow. So you have to actively treat your body like everything is moving slow, right? So stay hydrated. Make sure you have fiber in your body so the fiber can help this process, right? It helps it move a little bit faster, okay? Make sure that when you are eating, you're eating with a purpose. For example, because you have delayed gastric emptying, you have to be mindful of now that instead of your peristalsis moving like this and it's moving like this, you have to be mindful of what you eat now, friend. So say, for example, prior to eating or taking GLP-1 medications, you would eat a highly dense protein like beef, like steaks, or like pork, honey. I love to use the reference, a good old fried pork chop, honey. Y'all know I love a fried pork chop. Now, but prior to GLP-1s, if I eat a fried pork chop, honey, peristalsis is moving, it's taking things, it's moving it from the mouth, esophagus, down to the stomach, rectum, out through, colon, out through the rectum. Now that I'm on GLP-1 medications and I'm eating a pork chop, that pork chop gonna sit for so long because now it's taking forever for it to move through the GI system the way I would prefer it to move. But I already know I'm taking a GLP-1 medication, so the expectation is for me to feel like that pork chop is sitting on me for a long period of time, because it will. Because now you have slow peristalsis, and then you also have where it's going to sit on your belly now, and gastric, what breaks down dense protein is a lot of gastric acidity, right? Gastric secretions. Amylase, digestive enzymes, amylase, lipase, what's the other one? Amylase, lipase, and hold on. I forget. Hold on, y'all. Google. What are the digestive enzymes? It is amylase, lipase, and protease, right? So those are the enzymes that breaks down those foods in the belly. And so some of us will start suffering with what we, in medical terms, is called gastroenteritis, or heartburn, or burping. You can use Bella Detox every day, MesoFab. Every single day, baby. All it is fiber. Daily vitamins you recommend while on GLP-1. I know there's no medic to pre-pancreatitis, but I'm so scared. So Laura, that's a really great concern, because pancreatitis is not a common side effect, but it is a side effect, friend, especially if you have had issues with people who have had issues with pancreatitis in the past or gallstones in the past can develop some issues being on GLP-1s. But so you just have to be mindful of the type of foods that you eat. But just answering your question about what vitamin you should take, baby, honestly, a multivitamin, it doesn't matter what vitamin you take, honestly. People have their own preference. There are a lot of good vitamins out there on the market. The ones that I have researched and taken myself, I love me a good Mary Ruth vitamin, girl, because she is just so intense with her vitamin, with her with the vitamin deck in one bottle. She puts a lot of stuff in one bottle, and she also caters to hair. So I love Mary Ruth for that. GNC has a really good multivitamin. But there are a lot of great vitamins. As long as you're taking a vitamin, baby, I feel like it doesn't matter. Just like, some people ask me, Laura, what's a good collagen to take, or what's a good protein? Your body doesn't know the difference. Vitamin A is vitamin A to your body. B12 and B6 and niacin and folic acid, your body don't know the difference. It's just what brand you want to purchase from, And listen, I always tell you guys, if you're out here and you're spending your money, you spend your money with whoever is giving you the best savings, okay? And thank you, sister, that's why I was going. Thank you, sister, for posting it on my main account, which is Charge Nurse Keisha. if you look in my bio and go into my LINK tree, or I got it in this bio as well, on this page. If you go into my bio, I have a couple of companies that I have reached out to for discount codes. So anytime you guys are checking out, always check my bio and look for the discount codes to see if you can get an added discount. Mary Ruth gave us a 15% discount. So whenever you're checking out, if there's a place for you to put a discount code, y'all put Nurse Keisha. I think that's the discount code from Mary Ruth. And there's some other supplement companies like Goli has given us a discount code. SEEQ has given us a discount code. Vita Authority has given us a discount code. Plume has given us a discount code. So how I work my platform is when brands reach out to me and they want me to post videos, I'm always asking for something for my platform. Like you're going to send me vitamins to try for free. What can I do for the people who I'm asking to try these vitamins with me? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm always trying to get a discount for my platform because I want you guys, we're the ones that's purchasing all of this stuff, and I'm always talking about these supplement companies. So I always tell my platform, if you're going to purchase from a company, get something back from them, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to be a recurrent customer, right? So that's what makes sense to me. For the 170 people who are in the chat, if you're not yet following me, click this picture. Make sure you're following me. Turn your notification bells on. And if you are new here and you've never met me before, guys, my name is KEASHA Dixon. I'm a registered nurse. I work under the umbrella of emergency room medicine. I'm a charge nurse of a 20-bed outpatient unit, you guys. I am a patient and a partner of Amble Health, y'all. I am currently attempting to pursue a nurse practitioner career. Pray for me, y'all, because it's a rigorous admission process. So pray for me. But I have been on my GLP-1 journey for 3 years now, you guys. I am a partner of Amble Health, and so anytime you see me on live, it is a Amble sponsored live. I want that to be clear for those of you who want to start your GLP-1 journey and you want to try GLP-1 medications. You want to be under the umbrella of a clinician. All you have to do is go to my bio and look for the LINK tree, and you will see all of the LINKs there, okay? And I am talking in code. Y'all know we got to talk in code, okay? Okay, some other side effects. So we're basically at this point of the live, we're talking about when you're on GLP-1 medication, side effects that you will come across. And this is one thing I want to say before I move forward with that. Y'all know a lot of people get on GLP-1 medications and they start experiencing side effects and they think they're allergic reactions, and they're not. Allergic reactions put you in the hospital. Allergic reactions have to have if you have allergic reaction to something, you can never take that medicine again. Okay. There's a difference between a side effect and an allergic reaction. And this is why I always educate the community about side effects before you start taking the medicine, because if you know what the side effects are, you will learn how to treat them. So when you start experiencing them, your first mind won't be, oh, I must be allergic. No, your first mind is going to be, okay, this is what Keisha was talking about. Here come the nausea. All right, let me get my peppermint. Let me get my ginger chews. Let me put my peppermint oil or my eucalyptus, whatever it is, or let me get my little alcohol swab. Y'all know, in the hospital, we tell people, if you're having nausea, you can just put some alcohol, get an alcohol swab, open it up and do like this. And it instantly takes nausea away for a lot of people. Question, Nurse Keisha, what are some of the benefits of, hold on, I can't see the rest of the comment, of glutathione? The main benefit of glutathione, most people use glutathione as an anti-aging, as an anti-aging supplement to prevent fine lines and wrinkles. So glutathione is something that your body also naturally produces, but as you get older, you stop producing as much. So it causes free radicals that sits on your skin that age you. It decreases that oxidative stress, which ages you. and it decreases the free radicals that sits on your skin, making you have fine lines and wrinkles. That's what most people are taking it for. Thank you, sugar. Girl, getting in is a rigorous process. Getting in is a rigorous process. I have had applied to several schools. There's one school that I am working with right now. The classes start on the 5th, but it's just a lot of background checking, fingerprinting, drug testing. You know, it's a lot of stuff that you have to do to get into those programs. So that's what I'm going through right now. References. So every school that you apply to, you have to do papers that you have to write to get in. They don't just let people into NP school, you know. So I've been dealing with a lot of that because I applied to a lot of schools. So it's been it's been a bit stressful. But nothing, you know, nothing, what's the saying about nothing good? What's the saying about nothing hard? Nothing, I don't know. Y'all know what I'm saying? When you have to work through things and you have to go through like a rigorous process and then the outcome be good. I don't know what the saying is for that. Somebody put it in the chat because I definitely need to hear somebody say it to me today. Faith without work is dead. That's one, straight from the Bible. Faith without work is dead. So I know. I definitely, Lord knows, God have to be with me on this one. Nothing good comes easy. Thank you, Deb. That's it. Nothing good comes easy. Thank you, guys. I couldn't put it into words. Miss Sugar says it's not worth it if you don't work for it. Amen. Thank you, guys. I definitely needed somebody to say it to me. I appreciate you guys. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Williams, Sean, or Miss, is it Miss Williams? Thank you so much, my love. Or Williams, Sean, MS Sass. Let me just say it that way. Hey, friend. Okay, so just getting back into the lesson. So, okay, so we were talking about side effects of GLP-1. So, yes, Miss Williams. Okay, I wanted to make sure I was not disrespecting you. To whom much is given, much is expected. Yes, I love that. Thank you. Ooh, no pain, no gain. Yes. Y'all gather me. Please gather me in the chat. Honey, I know how to humble myself. Please gather me. Eat me right up. Cause somebody need to like say, take me by the face and say, look, little girl, like what you want these people to give this shit to you? Like that's the type of talking I need to have. Yes, no pain, no gain. Right. Oh my goodness. Y'all, thank you. Yes, gather your girl right up, honey. I know how to humble myself. Write the vision, make it plain. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Humble me right now, Lord. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, you guys. Okay. So gastroenteritis, when it comes to gastroenteritis, when you start experiencing gastroenteritis, you want to make sure that you lay off of the highly dense proteins. Am I saying don't meet your protein goals? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying don't put your stomach through something that you know you're going to suffer through. There's going to be a point in your journey where you won't be able to tolerate the type of foods that you used to eat back in the day. You're going to have to take a break from it. Hey, Kim, you're going to have to take a break from it. So instead of eating a steak and pork, you might have to eat poultry and fish for a little bit, friend. Okay? For a little bit. Or if you want to eat steak, you might not be able to eat a freaking 10 or 16 ounce steak. You probably will only be able to eat 3 or 4 ounces of it, you know, and don't push yourself. When your body tells you, okay, that's enough, then that's enough. I know when I first started my GLP-1 journey, y'all, I used to be the type of person, whatever I put on my plate, I was going to eat it. I don't care how full I got, because I didn't want to be wasteful. And I had to learn, instead of eating off of a big plate, girl, you better start eating out of a saucer. Look the plate. Let me show y'all, because I be showing people. Let me show y'all the plates I used to eat off of compared to what I eat off of now. Hold on, let me show y'all. I love showing y'all this example. Because, you know, whenever I am catering to my family, I always serve my family like they're at a restaurant. Just because, you know, I just try to give them that, you know, I feel like I put a lot of love in taking care of my family. Like, that's one of my love language. And you can ask anyone who has ever come to my house. And I have some people on here right now who I have taken care of in this house, honey. When you come here to the Dixon residence, baby, it's going to be an experience. It is going to be an experience. So in my house, and I've been like this since a little girl, y'all, because my grandmother used to have like stoneware dishes, like real. I have dishes from my grandmother, y'all, that are priceless. And she never used to buy little plates. Everything my grandmother used to buy was grand. So I've always known, when I get a home and I have a family, I'm treating my family like royalty. Anyone that comes into my home, it's going to be an experience when you come here. I cater to anyone that comes to my house. So when I purchased this home, well, my last home too, but when I purchased this home specifically, I bought these plates, y'all. These are like restaurant. Look how big. This is like this looks like a serving dish. Okay? This is what I would serve my family dinner off of. This big ass plate. You hear me? This big ass plate. So imagine how much food goes onto a plate like this. And all of my plates. Now this is just one of the rectangle plates that I have in the house. I have round ones like this. I have oval ones like this, but just to show you the style of plate, right? Delicious. See, I'm proud. This is the way I serve my family. This is all my daughter has ever known. Stuff like this. Now, when I started taking GLP-1 medicines, I had to stop eating off a place like this because this was intimidating for me, right? So then Tabitha Brown came out with these plates. Look how cute. Now, do you see how small this plate is? But it's still royal. Honey, it's still fabulous, right? This is a plate. So now, you know, we put our protein on one side and then we put our sides on the other. So you can't overeat off this plate. So compare this plate to this big old platter. Okay? It's a difference. It is a difference. So you have to learn, which you will learn, you know, as you continue in your journey, what to eat, how to eat, when to eat, and when to stop eating, right? So, you know, at some point, you know, preferably in the beginning, it's almost like you have to condition yourself on what to eat, when to eat, when to start eating, when to stop eating, how much to eat, and all of those things. But it don't happen. It does not happen overnight. This was, where did I get these? I feel like these were at Target, y'all, back when we were shopping with Target. But ain't it cute? It's adorable. Still grand. So you still can be grand. It's still a thick plate, you know, my little style. But yeah, that's what we eat off of now instead of eating off of the big platters. So gastroenteritis, getting back to the lesson, gastroenteritis, you want to make sure that you are not eating really dense proteins. You want to lean more into poultry, fish, seafood on that side. You want to increase your fiber, so that your fiber can help with movement. If you're really suffering with gastroenteritis, you want to make sure that you're doing a PPI, proton pump inhibitor. That's something like Zantac, Prilosec, Rivacid, those type of things. But one of the biggest issues that you're gonna have with indigestion is what you're eating, friend. So just be mindful of that. A lot of us deal with sulfur burping. I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with sulfur burping. Sulfur burping is a big nasty thing, honey. And sulfur burping happens because of the bad bacteria that builds up, plus the gastroenteritis. You know, so it's a combination of things. So if you can invest in you some pre and probiotic, and it's something that you need to do. You need to do this because of the delay of gastric emptying and how food is going to sit on your stomach for a lot longer. Bacteria will start to grow there. And sometimes it doesn't bother you. Your body will eliminate it. You know, you will have bowel movements and you'll get rid of it. But for some of us, it will sit there and it just will cultivate, you know, and it'll turn into what's called sulfur burping. And y'all, that's an ugly thing. It's, oh my God. If anybody has ever suffered with sulfur burping in the chat, raise your hand, y'all. Sulfur burping is horrible. It's horrible. It hurts. It stinks. It's horrible, y'all. So to try to prevent that, fiber, to make sure you're going to the bathroom, pre and probiotics, and protonics, Privacid, a PPI will help you with that. Oh, Miss Williams, it's something awful, right? Girl, it's something awful. It's something terrible. Other side effects that we may deal with GLP-1s. I feel like I covered most. Let's see. We talked about nausea, dehydration, constipation, sulfur burping, dehydration, headaches, gastroenteritis. So let's talk about now. Okay, so now you on your meds. We know what side effects. We know the difference between a side effect and a allergic reaction. You guys are not having allergic reactions. You're having side effects. For those for the people who think that these meds are not for them because you're getting nauseated all the time. You're gonna have nausea. You just have to learn how to control your nausea. Okay. You know, and it makes me so sad when I see people say, "Oh, I just can't take this medicine because I just can't get past the nausea." So now, and I'm like, "So what are you doing?" Well, it's nothing that I take is working. So what are you doing? And they can't never say what they're doing. It's because you're not doing. You got to be consistent. So, for example, if you're super nauseated all the time, it's like a process. It's like different steps that you go through to control nausea, for example. So some people can get nauseated and just take a ginger chew and it resolve itself. What are good electrolyte? What are good to take for electrolytes? Pedialyte or Gatorlyte, baby. Just keep it cute, Miss Williams. You don't have to do the most. The only time I be telling people to take like a liquid IV or all of those other electrolyte packets and stuff like that is if like you worked out and you had like a profuse sweat, like you are detoxing. If you're detoxing, you might have to take electrolytes. But just keep it cute. Keep it cute, friend. Pedialyte, Gatorlyte, because you can overdo it with electrolytes too, right? But yes, all my friends said Plumes has good electrolytes. They do. They're low sodium. What was I saying? So when it comes to nausea and learning how to treat your side effects. So nausea is a very tricky thing. There's some people who can take a peppermint chew or a ginger chew, peppermint, and their nausea is relieved. There's some people who can put some peppermint oil on or waft the little alcohol swab in front of their face and their nausea is gone. But some of us have to have scripted Zofran, and that sometimes doesn't work. And then there's some of us who have to take Reglan, and then that doesn't work. And then there's some of us who have to get the big guns out like Phenergan. But if you don't continue to have your doctor treat you and find you the right management, you're not going to be successful on your GLP-1. Don't stop at the very first treatment. Like if you're nauseated and the Zofran isn't working for you and you continue to be nauseated, don't stop there, especially if you are an obese person, especially if you have a metabolic disorder and you need to get this weight off, or you need to get these labs corrected, or you need to prevent prediabetes, or you have a high A1C level and you want to bring it down and prevent yourself from going into chronic kidney disease, which could ultimately land you on dialysis. Don't stop. Sometimes you will be put in a position with your disease process where you have to fight for your health. Don't let something like a nausea prevent you from taking your medicines and getting to good health. Okay? I'm telling y'all the same thing y'all was just telling me about NP school. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let something like a constipation stop you from meeting your goal. Okay? You're constipated, you taking Benefiber, that don't work, switch it up, take Belly Welly. If Belly Welly don't work, do Bella Detox. If that don't work, do Magox 7. If that don't work, do Milk of Magnesia. Something is gonna work. You understand? Get into these platforms and these forums and see what people are using and try different things. One thing does not work the same for everybody. And for some of us, you got to do several things. Like for me, I can't just take Bella Detox by itself. I got to do something every day. So I do my greens every day. I do Belly Welly during the week. I do Bella Detox for sure 3 days a week. Y'all, I rub my stomach with castor oil because I went into GLP-1s with chronic constipation. So I already knew I was going to have to do the most to get my bowels to move. Agreed, the excess weight causes more damage to your health. Yes, than nausea. Exactly. They can take something very natural for constipation, such as aloe vera or flax seeds. Yes. Yes. And see, this is why I tell y'all to pay attention to the chat, because y'all, people be dropping some great gems in this chat. So for burps, what can happen if you can't burp? What can happen if you can't burp? Why won't you be able to burp, baby? Drink a Coke. What you mean, boo? I'm not understanding. Sulfur burping is not a good thing. Sulfur burping is just built up gas that's coming from up from the colon in your stomach. And so when it come out your mouth, it stinks. That's not a good thing, honey. I promise you it's not. I promise you it's not. You don't want to be sulfur burping. Oh, she says, diagnosed, I literally can't burp. What? Girl? It has me nervous to take a GLP-1. Why would a person not be able to burp? Girl, I never heard of that. Hold on. Let's ask Trudy. Now we got to talk to Trudy. I thought I was giving her a rest. Chat. So there's something, let's see. Trudy, what is the disease process called when a person cannot burp? Why does this happen, and what can a person do in reference to taking GLP-1s? Is that a harmful medication to take with that disease process? Yes or no? With explanation. Using evidence-based material. Hold on, baby. Let's see. Let's see what Trudy say. What's sulfur burping? I get that frequently. Is it bad? So sulfur burping is when you burp and it smells like rotten eggs. That's sulfur burping. You just need to get you some diet. You just need to resolve your sulfur burping, baby. All you have to do is get you a proton pump inhibitor, like a PPI, Prilosec, Prevacid. You need something to decrease the acidity of your belly, and you need to get you some pre and probiotic. And be mindful of eating dense proteins. Anything that your body has to produce a lot of gastric secretion to break down, like fried foods, pork, beef. You want to keep it real cute, so your body can digest it easy. Anything that your body have to work hard to produce a lot of gastric acidity, you want to prevent those things, baby. Okay. She says, here you go. Trudy style, clear, clinical, and evidence-based, but still simple enough for the GLP-1 community to understand. This is how she be talking to me. You welcome, my love. Will soda cause sulfur burps? No, Miss Karen. No, ma'am. Sulfur burping comes from, you know, your sodas cause is the carbonation that causes you to burp. Sulfur burping, and I'll get into that. Sulfur burping comes from, it's like it's something, it's like a bacteria that's breaking down in the body. They need to detox the guts and the liver. Yes, Cat Williams. Cat Williams. Okay, so listen, y'all. So this who is that said they can't burp? My friend. Let me get her name. Let me go back. Sorry, guys. Where's my friend at? Oh, there she go. Level Up. Okay, she said. Okay, so Trudy says the disease process when a person cannot burp is called retrograde cricopharyngeal dysfunction, no burping syndrome. So I asked, why does this happen? I need the evidence-based breakdown. That means like clinically, like physicians have clinically written notes on this. This is not just from like Google. So she says the upper esophageal sphincter, specifically the cricopharyngeus muscle, fails to relax properly. Normally it relaxes to let gas escape upward. But in this disease, the muscle stays too tight. Gas gets trapped in the esophagus and in the stomach. That trapped gas builds pressure, causing chest pressure, abdominal bloating, gurgling noise, painful distension, and inability to vomit. Oh my God. Is it upper level or upper? What was her name, y'all? Friend. So if I were you, I personally would not take a GLP-1 because the GLP-1 is going to delay your gastric emptying. I would talk with my doctor. Definitely. You definitely would have to be with a gastroenterologist, like a GI doctor. That's the only person that would be able to prescribe me this medicine because I would definitely have to be monitored. Because, girl, I had no idea. Wow. So it says this condition is real, just like she said. It has been described in ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctors and GI literature since the early 2000s. I've never had a patient with this. Wow. Okay. So thank you for the heart me. I have heart. Thank you for the heart me. For the 160 people who are in the chat, if you're not yet following me, click this link and click this picture. Make sure you're following me and turn your notification bells on. And for those of you who are here for the GLP-1 clinicians, y'all go to the BIO and look for the LINK tree in my BIO. Okay. We're talking about a disease process that prevents you from burping. And I have a friend on here who is asking about GLP-1 meds and how that affects her condition. So that's what we're talking about. So we asked Trudy, we said, what does this mean for GLP-1 medication users who have this disease process where they cannot burp? She says, my doctor did prescribe it. I have Wegovy in my refrigerator, but she says she's so scared to start it. Understandably so. So this is what the evidence-based studies say. It says GLP-1 medications slow gastric emptying as a part of their mechanism of action. Remember, we talked about that. Level Up. This is normally safe, but for someone who already cannot burp, this slowdown can create more trapped gas, more pressure, and more discomfort, friend. GLP-1 effects that matter in this disease is this. Delayed stomach emptying, so gas stays longer for those patients. Increased satiety, so it says it can worsen the bloating sensation. Nausea tendencies can be problematic if the patient cannot vomit. So when GLP-1s do not cause patients who have those relaxed muscles to be able to burp, they can aggravate the symptoms in someone who already has it. So being that your GI doctor prescribed it to you, That's very interesting. I also asked, is this harmful? So Trudy says, so I asked, is it harmful to take GLP-1s with this condition? I said yes or no, remember? She says, the answer is not inherently harmful, but potentially problematic depending upon the symptom severity. Why not? So, and this is why I love Trudy. She goes so in depth. Why not inherently harmful? GLP-1s don't damage the muscle that worsens the disease itself. So that's great, friend. There is no clinical evidence showing that GLP-1s are contraindicated in patients who have that disorder. So that's great as well. So why can it be potentially problematic for you though, baby? They can increase gastric pressure, like we said before. Patients who cannot burp may experience more bloating, distension, and your distension can make you feel like you're having chest pain and can cause you to have more nausea. So what I would say, friend, just as a nurse, and this is not medical advice, I would just say if you decide, because your doctor has already prescribed it to you, so basically I'm just educating at this point, which is what nurses do. I would say if you're going to take the medicine, just be mindful of what you're eating in foods that will increase gastric production. You know, like don't eat anything that's going to cause you to have more GI upset, like those highly dense proteins. Like if you eat steak and pork, beef, things like that is going to cause your body to create more gastric juice to break it down. Once that starts breaking down, there's more gas that's related to that. And then I also would say make sure you're taking medicines for bloat. Girl, there is Q, what's the green stuff that we take? Kiala. There is Hona. I'm loving Hona right now. Hona has fiber and greens. Girl, Be Amazing has a green supplement. So just make sure you're doing your greens every single day. But baby, thank you so much for blessing us with that, because I had no idea that even existed. So Trudy went on to say, she says, what can a person with this type of disorder do if they want or need to continue GLP-1 medication? So this is what she says. She says, start low on a low dose and go slow. Smaller dose titrations lessen gastric pressure buildup. She says eat much smaller meals, right? Because she says GLP-1s plus this disorder plus a large meal is going to guarantee that you have pressure discomfort. I have you seen, and I was thinking about it, ulcerative colitis. No, listen, friend. Letitia, a lot of people who have ulcerative colitis, irritable bowel syndrome, and Crohn's disease report less flare-ups, girl. So I would get with my gastroenterologist, is the person who treats you, right? I would get with my GI doctor and talk to them about that, because you guys benefit from the anti-inflammatory properties associated with GLP-1s, right? Okay. Another thing, baby, level up. It says avoid carbonated drinks, because you know a carbonated drink is going to cause you to have gas. You probably already not drinking carbonated drinks, though. Gently movement. It says use gentle movement meals. It says walking helps promote gastric motility. And then it also says consider a ENT referral or a GI doctor. So yes, you definitely want to do that. So yeah. Thank you, friend. I learned so much from that. I appreciate it. Listen, I tell y'all all the time, every time I'm live, I learn something from my chat. Always. I learn so much from my chat. Girl, you blessed me with that. I had no idea that even existed. Hey, sister, welcome in. For the 150 people who are in the chat, if you're not yet following me, click this picture. Make sure you're following me. Turn your notification bells on so you know when I am live. You guys, this is my backup page, Nurse Keisha. Make sure you guys are following my primary page, which is Charge Nurse Keisha. I'm going to say hey in the chat. Hey, y'all. On this page, we have almost 3,000 people on this page. On the big page, y'all, we have over 101K followers on that page. I have a lot of GLP-1 education over there, but I'm trying to transfer I'm trying to just do lives on this page so that I can talk and educate how I want without getting violations. My other page get violations left and right when I'm on live. On this page, I can say like how I can say whatever I want to say. They don't bother me. They don't bother me. And I don't know how to educate y'all without saying what I want to say. I don't know how to do that. So if you are not yet following me, click this picture. Make sure you're following me and turn your notification bells on so you know when I'm live. And also, if you're someone who wants to start GLP-1 meds and your insurance is not covering, or you're going through a difficult prior authorization, use the LINK tree in my bio and let Amble Health connect you with an obesity trained specialist that will get your script out to you, you guys. Okay? And make sure you guys stay connected to me because I'm going to be your insider, okay, for the company. All right. Let's see. I love your nail color. Thank you. I wish I knew the name of it. So many people done asked me about it. Thank you, baby. Okay, so we talked about the meds. We talked about how to get them. We talked about insurance. We talked about prior authorizations. We talked about obesity being a disorder. We talked about how GLP-1 medications are not just for people who want to lose weight. There's people that are taking GLP-1 medications because they're pre-diabetic and they don't want to become a diabetic patient. There are diabetics who are taking GLP-1 medications because they want to control their A1C levels and control the progression of their disease process, attempting to prevent chronic kidney disease, which leads to dialysis. There are patients who have had cardiovascular events and they are using the medicines for cardiovascular protection. There are some patients who, is it Bijou Hope? DM me, baby doll. DM me and I'm gonna help you. There are any one of my pages, it don't matter which one, baby. I'm gonna check my DMs when I get off live. There are some people who have fatty liver disease and they are trying to cure their fatty liver disease. There's some people who have sleep apnea. There's some people who have autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, MS, lupus, y'all, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis. Y'all, my NP, well, my NP before the NP that I have now, the NP who I started GLP-1s with, he has irritable bowel syndrome and he will not come off this medicine because the medicine prevents his flare-ups. So, y'all, not everybody is taking these meds just because they want to have pounds down on the scale, right? You okay? Did you bring those dishes down from yesterday? Did you, baby? I told you I did. Okay, thank you. The little trees behind you. Oh, girl, they're drink dispensers. Let me show y'all. Oh God, it's a drink dispenser. Ain't that crazy? It's a drink dispenser, girl. And these are the little cups that go with it. Ain't that cute? You sent me a message on my TikTok on this page, baby, or the other one? Tia, I got that from Walmart, girl. 3 years ago. They probably still got them. They had they had green Christmas trees and red Christmas tree. Oh, and this one. Okay, baby. I will DM you after the live. Okay, so what else with GLP-1s do I want y'all to know? Does anybody have any questions specifically? Any questions about your experience with GLP-1s? Are you guys having any side effects? Any recommendations that y'all need as far as over-the-counter treatment for side effects? Anybody going through stalls and you need insight on stalls? Please help me with my insurance. Won't pay. How and where do I go again? So Miss Lynn, is my sister in here? So here's the thing about your insurance, friend. Is my sister in here? Summer, are you still here? Because this is what she do for a living. She does insurance. She does prior authorizations, y'all. Let me see if she want to come up really quickly and just give us a little insight. Because she was saying some stuff about the insurance, y'all. And I keep telling this girl that she needs to do her own lives because a lot of people want to know about this stuff. Let me see if she'll come up. Can you come up on the live and talk about insurance for about 15 minutes? You coming or no? All right. She coming. So my sister works for this big insurance company, and this is what she do all day long. Prior authorizations, insurance coverages. There's a lot of changes. So y'all are in the right damn place at the right goddamn time because she about to come up. Somebody was talking about stalls. Let me see. Let me answer that question really quickly before she come up. I stalled for 2 months on MOUNJARO 12.5. So Miss K, if you are stalling, it's not that your medicine is not working. You probably just need to go up to the 15, or you need to increase your protein. And just remember to be fiber forward, protein forward, low fat, low carbs. And another thing is, if you're working out, Miss K, you could be building muscle and losing adipose. And you remember that muscle weight is heavier than adipose. So, but I would say it's time for you to go up to 15 because, you know, I can't say, well, it's time for you to complement your journey with something else because you're not at the highest dose. So I would say it's just time, boo, for you to move up. I was on MJ for 2 years and gained 9 pounds. Eat fast food maybe 3 times a year. No cokes. Very good, Sharon. I love that for you. Let me read that and make sure I understood what she said. She was on for 2 years. I was on MOUNJARO for 2 years. I gained 9 pounds. Eat fast food maybe 3 times. So okay. So when you say so in my mind, I'm thinking in 2 years, you only gain 9 pounds, which is a good thing because your body is going to fluctuate. You ate fast food maybe 3 times a year. So am I missing something? Or are you saying you was on MJ for 2 years and you never lost weight? Oh, let me see. But why gain 9 pounds? Oh, I'm sorry. You're saying that you were on for all of that time and you never lost any weight. You gained 9 pounds. So that's a deeper conversation, friend. If you've been on GLP-1s for 2 years and you never lost any weight, I feel like your clinicians fail you because they should have been switching you around. They should have been talking to you about different types of GLP-1s. They should have been talking to you about what is it that you're eating or what you're not eating. What supplements could they have complemented you with? For 2 years, baby? Sister? I can't hear you.
I wasn't talking.
Okay, there you go.
I wasn't talking.
Miss Sharon, that's a deeper conversation. For 2 years and you didn't have any weight loss? I have so many questions. Okay, sister. So somebody was on here. Somebody was on here. Let me see. Let me go back to the question and what it was. What they specifically had asked.
Hey y'all,
If you guys are not following my sister, make sure y'all following my sister. I was telling them that I've been trying to get you to go live to talk about all of this insurance stuff. Okay, so Lynn says, please help me. My insurance company won't pay. How or where do I go again? For the 156 people who are in the chat, if you're not yet following me, make sure you're following me. Make sure you're following my sister because hopefully she'll start doing lives about this insurance stuff to give us more insight. I don't know, honey. I've been wearing her down for the last 3 years to do it because we need help in that we need a better understanding of the insurance part for those of us who have insurance. So go ahead, sister.
Hi, you guys. So just brief. If you do have main insurance questions, y'all can follow my page and DM me and just give me time to answer y'all back. Right now, what I'm seeing, and when I'm talking about what I'm seeing, I'm talking about in the Medicaid, Medicare, commercial plans, even in the marketplace, aka Obamacare, however you want to put it. Right now, I wouldn't do a prior authorization until January 1st if you're taking the medicine for anything other than type 2 diabetes. That's one.
Why, sister?
Because they're doing an overhaul, and allegedly, quote unquote, in my opinion, the manufacturers and big farm, they catching on. And even though it's FDA approved, I can give you a list of everything that's FDA approved. Even though it's FDA approved, they're cracking down and they're starting to split the diagnosis. Case in point, we all know Zepbound is the new one in the game. You can take Zepbound for type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea, moderate to severe sleep apnea. Those two diagnoses. So if you don't have type 2 diabetes, you do have moderate to severe sleep apnea, automatic off the rip, you want to go to Zepbound. When it come down to MJ, that is pretty much being secondary after you try metformin, you try Victoza, you try Ozempic, you try Wegovy. So they're pushing that more to a step therapy. Unless
So you're saying, so just so that I'm following you, you're saying that the insurance companies are prioritizing step therapy and they're sticking to it. There's no ways around step therapy. Is that what you're saying?
correct. Now, when it comes to diagnosis,
Wait, can you explain what step therapy is for the chat? Because some people don't know what that is.
step therapy is the first line of therapy for your diagnosis. Whatever the diagnosis is, there's a first line of therapy. So when it comes down to anything endocrine, hormonal, we already know they're going to give you metformin regardless. So after you take metformin, you try it and fail, you do whatever, and that needs to be known. I don't care if you tried metformin when you was 2 years old and you're 42. Let it be known, tried and failed, intolerance, whatever the case. After that, you will move to the second line of offense, or second line of therapy, a little bit stronger, which would be injections. This is where you get Wegovy, Victoza, Trulicity. You must try at least 2 of those.
Those are the PA requirements for most insurance plans.
Yes.
So she's saying the first line, if you have insurance and you have to go through step therapy, she's saying before you get to the big guns, your insurance company probably is going to order 9 times out of 10 is going to order metformin first. You have to try it and fail it. So it has to not work for you to be able to move to the second line, which is your injectables, which are what, sister?
The Victoza, Trulicity, Wegovy.
And now, of course, this is going to vary from plan to plan, but we're just giving you like an overall, just some overall insight of what you could encounter going through a PA and dealing with step therapy. Go ahead, sister.
Now, this is where it gets tricky. Because even though I gave y'all that, and we already know we hit a big win when they were like, oh, we got obesity added as a diagnosis. Nah, they done caught wind of that obesity. Everybody's getting approved because of that obesity part. It's a comorbidity or another issue attached to obesity.
For example,
we gonna say Wegovy. Wegovy now has a criteria for any type of cardiovascular event. There's a criteria for that. There's a criteria for weight management, and that's where high BMI and that's where obesity fall under. So now they're starting to see that as cosmetic. And then there's a diabetes criteria.
oh my God.
So now you have to have.
Diabetes got a criteria. Oh my God.
So now because they're finding out it can do all the things. It's FDA approved for PCOS. It's FDA approved for obesity. It's FDA approved for type 2 diabetes. It's FDA approved for 3 different type of cardiovascular events. I just can't think of it. But when you go for these medications and your doctors give you these, we just can't say obesity. You have to be like, hey, I got hypertension with obesity, and there's a diagnosis to link them both together. Mm-hmm. I got hyperlipidemia with obesity linked together.
Miss Elizabeth is asking, what's FDA approved for PCOS? Is it Saxenda?
Saxenda, Ozempic, Victoza. The girls are approved for it, but Saxenda definitely.
Yeah. But the thing about it, Miss Elizabeth, even though it's FDA approved, it's still a criteria. What she's saying is it's still a criteria that come with it. So it's not just the diagnosis. They still want you to, it's still stuff that you have to do. Like, say, for example, Miss Elizabeth, my insurance company wanted me, for my PA, in order for me to get my PA approved, they wanted me to go through step therapy, which I had went through a lot of step therapy, and they wanted me to be in 2 weight loss programs simultaneously, girl. So I'm like, oh my God, and some other stuff. It was some other stuff. So they make it very difficult. It's so crazy.
I'm gonna put it this way. It's not difficult. It's just that now on a patient level, you're still advocating for yourself. And if you got one of those doctor's offices that treat you as a number and they doing the bare minimum is not enough. So as easy as it is if you're a diabetic and it's FDA approved, you pass that, you have the diagnosis, and your doctor just simply didn't tell us, hey, you tried and failed metformin.
Yeah.
And it's not on the prior authorization. We don't just deny it. I always tell patients to tell their doctor, send the most recent chart note. Mm-hmm. Because what we do, we look at the prior authorization. If the prior authorization is missing some information, the next thing that we could rely on is the chart note. We go digging through the chart note. So we're looking for the information, and whatever you tell your doctor and whatever on that chart note, we going by the chart note. Disclaimer, don't be trying to get these medications or this prior authorization done today, and you know you ain't seen your doctor in 3 to 6 months.
Yeah. You gotta do your part.
And
so
that's what
this, sister. Let me ask you this. Is it easy for prior authorizations to get done, or is it like it is?
Yes, it is actually. I do a day, on average, a slow day, 60 prior authorizations. Out of those 60 prior authorizations that come across my desk, I probably approve 30 to about 30 to 35.
Based on,
out of those 30 to 35, I want to say at least half of those are either GLP-1s or CGMs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really easy. That's why the first thing I ask when patients be like, and y'all say, my prior authorization was denied. The reason I ask you why. And one of the reasons why I ask why is because the simple stuff first. Your date of birth ain't on there. We can't find your member ID number. You some doctor's information is missing. They just put semaglutide, and when you put semaglutide, like which one? Like little stuff like that would get denied.
So you're saying if they fill out the prior authorization appropriately this is what she basically saying. When you have a prior authorization that you have to do for a specific med, the criteria is clear. And as long as you meet the criteria, they're going to pass you. It will get approved. But if you miss one thing, that's what gets you denied. And it can be the simplest of things. So what do you say? Go ahead.
I'm answering Dawn. You said yours was denied with sleep apnea and previous failed success. Now, when you say sleep apnea, they probably just put the diagnosis sleep apnea. Your insurance need to know what type of sleep apnea, mild, moderate, or severe. And if ain't nothing on that chart note and nothing in there say mild, moderate, or severe, you're going to get denied. All because they forgot to put mild, moderate, or severe.
So my question is, sister, since it's so specific like that, and people's prior authorizations are getting denied because it seems like people are getting denied because the clinicians don't know what to put on the prior authorizations so that they can get these prior authorizations passed. How does the doctor know what to put in? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you know? Because when I hear her say, okay, my PA was denied because I had sleep apnea plus an event or whatever she said, it seems to me like that would be passed. But it's like the person who's doing the PA, you know what the criteria is. Do y'all convey that to the doctors and they're just not reading the material and filling out the form like it needs to be?
In a perfect world, I'm going to say in a perfect world, because I used to do it from the doctor standpoint, just like y'all get formularies of preferred, non-preferred, and all the things, the doctor's office get books too, but chances are it's sitting in a stack of pile of mail because they don't care about formularies. Even though you don't want to look through the book, it's at their fingertips online. Now, if y'all want to be curious, and when I say y'all, patients, y'all, whatever you go to, whether it's Blue Cross, whoever, y'all formularies are online and it's split up into categories. Patient information, providers. Most likely y'all will go to the provider side. To the patient side. It's okay if y'all go to the provider side, because when y'all go to the provider side, y'all see all of the information that's access to the provider. So you don't need to sign in to get those and to peek at criteria. I don't know if anybody ever was like, well, hey, let me see what they're talking about on the provider, and just click it and watch all the drop down boxes. It says provider, pharmacy, click the pharmacy. There's the formulary. It's pretty much so the doctor's office, they just don't go the extra step because everybody's in a rush. Another arch nemesis is CMM. I'm not gonna say their name. Is CMM. And CMM, basically, this is the how when I say it, this is another way providers do prior authorizations, and it can also be denied, which means this: you bring your medication to the doctor's office. The doctors put your script over, and I'm gonna do like metformin. Your doctor send over your metformin, and he gives you metformin for 90 days. The pharmacy put in the information and 90 days, and your insurance only want to cover 30 days. Automatically, the system's going to kick back and say you need a prior authorization and send like this generic prior authorization form.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at the pharmacy level, it could be corrected by switching a 90-day to a 30-day supply. No prior authorization is needed. So sometimes those little things, the pharmacy just don't read the screen. It might say use generic instead of brand, which would be for Victoza. Like Victoza has a brand and a generic. The doctor rather write out Victoza because they can't spell liraglutide. So whatever on the prescription, they going to type whatever they say on the even though they know better. They go type whatever's on the prescription, and if your insurance is asking for one or the other, it's going to automatically ask for a prior authorization instead of them using a clinical judgment.
So if the doctors need to be more educated. So can you go to can you go to the chat and see what my friends are saying in the chat? So God's Beauty says, my sister was denied after approved. She had diabetes, but after Ozempic numbers are better and the weight loss was low, I think she's saying that they dropped her. And then another one of our
hold on, sidebar with that. If she's a type 2 diabetic, there's a criteria. There's an initial criteria, and then there's a renewal criteria. A renewal criteria, and you are a diabetic, does not kick you off, to my understanding, out of the plans that I see. It do not kick you off. Simply, she will get a denial if the doctor do not send a recent chart note and simply stating patient is doing well on therapy with no adverse effect, need to continue medication.
But they don't send it.
They don't send that. They're liable to fill it out. Don't say how the patient is doing. Don't send new A1C results, because the A1C result is a 3-month average. So it's December. They approve it for 6 months, but you're sending me something from January. You're sending me a chart note from January. So with your clinical judgment, and are you going to approve it?
Yeah.
And and it's little stuff like that. And the doctors get a note when we deny. If the fax number and everything right, we send a fax number. We send a fax sheet, and it's be like, the patient was denied such and such. This is how you need to be approved. Bullet point, recent doctor note, updated A1C. Like, it's really like that. And yes, the doctors have access to that. Y'all have access to that information as well. If they don't send y'all one in the mail, and then y'all got to realize it might be denied today, but y'all might not get that till 2 to 3 weeks later. Y'all do have that right to call your prior authorization, and they will review that with you so you can find out why
they denied you. So Marsha was saying my sleep study was severe but denied, and I use my CPAP machine properly, and I have fewer events, and they denied. So it sounds like that may be another case where the follow-up criteria was not taken care of with the clin note to support why she needs to continue use. So is that what they should be questioning when they are doing well in those situations and they need to continue their medications, but they have better numbers? Is the doctor just need to send supporting documentation showing that the medicine is working and they need the continuity of care?
Yes. And sometimes it's not even depending on, you will send the chart note more so for razzle dazzle, unless it's like chemo or like a compound drug or IV or hospital. But I still tell them to send the recent chart note and like your CPAP machine information and all that, so we can look for it. You'll also get denied because if you're non-compliant, because we have the ability to look into the pharmacy and they be like 3 consecutive fills in the past 3 months, and you ain't doing 3 consecutive fills in the past 3 months, guess what? You don't need it.
Yeah.
You got to start back over from the beginning. So insurance are starting to crack down more as well as trying to get their money too. And plus the diagnosis gotta make sense. It also has to make sense.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so just moving forward with patients who have insurance coverage, because y'all know I tell y'all all the time, I feel like the best coverage is by your insurance, because your insurance company is going to help you pay for all of these expensive. This shit expensive, y'all. So if I have the opportunity for my insurance company to help me, you better damn well know I'm going to get that insurance process. My husband gets he has a prior authorization that gets approved for MOUNJARO for his diabetes, right? And I made sure, like, I talked with his doctor, you know, but I've learned these things, what to ask for, you know, through my sister, which is why I be telling her, can you please start doing live just to educate the community of things to say, just like verbiages and stuff like that. So hopefully she can start doing that, and we can start supporting her page, because we need the knowledge. A lot of times, y'all, it be us letting our doctors know what it is that they need to put for us to get the approval, because they sometimes, y'all, they don't have to. Honestly, they should make the time, or they should have a team of people that do prior authorizations for them. But if you think about how there is such a shortage of people in medicine.
I don't, especially now with the ongoing, which I hate that they're causing a beef or a rift, because they took nurses off the professional list and they left us on there. But believe it or not, we're picking up the slack. And when I said we, the pharmacy part, we're picking up the slack that the doctor's office is not doing. So when they say there's a shortage, to me, that's asinine, because we're doing y'all injections, we're doing y'all maintenance check, we're doing your prior authorizations, we're doing y'all follow-ups, so I don't see why they don't have time to do it when we're doing it. And we're literally, y'all pharmacy are really short-staffed, and the smoke that y'all have for y'all pharmacy, y'all do not have for the doctors.
Oh, so we get mad at y'all.
Yes. Y'all don't have no smoke for the doctor's office, which is crazy. That's one. And two, our emergency is not y'all emergency, because now it's the end of the year. Deductibles need to be met. Insurance about to be changed, and y'all did not use those refills, and y'all trying to use those refills by January 1st. And now y'all trying to rush the pharmacy to do what they got to do, because you took your precious time all year round. So it's like I straddle the fence, because we get and when I say we, with my pharmacy counterpart, especially retail, we get the bottom of the barrel. It's really one pharmacist and one technician, maybe two, because it only could be one pharmacist to two technician for about 4 to 5 hours, and they walk in to at least a minimum of 1,200 prescriptions that need to be filled, and that's before y'all even come in. And that's
here we come with our damn prior authorization denial problems, taking it out on y'all, because I do.
And y'all don't even say good morning. I need y'all, like, go down the rabbit hole, because I understand that nurses to be professional, but when y'all talk to those technicians, yes, we chose the profession because we love what we do. I'm not gonna complain about that, but I need y'all to know some of these technicians are babies, meaning they're starting off career. I need y'all to know y'all McDonald's and Burger King workers are making more than the people that's keeping y'all alive and giving y'all meds at $9-10 an hour.
Wow.
They're not paying for our licensure. We have to have license for everything that your medical assistant's supposed to be able to do. We supposed to have a license to do prior authorizations. We supposed to have a license to do this. And ain't nobody helping up that upkeep. And we ain't even getting paid to have the knowledge to do what y'all actually are supposed to do. And when I say y'all, the doctor's office and some of the patients. So how do we resort this? You guys be y'all best advocate. And if you don't know how to maneuver through it, that's why I say y'all can inbox me. 2, pull up the form and stuff y'all self so y'all can see. Y'all on my sister live, utilize my sister live. But guess what? Pull out that insurance card, you know, the card, and that number at the bottom that says somebody go be on the back of that card 24/7. Hey, somebody go answer that phone to answer your questions. No matter the time, because even though the doctor's office tell y'all check back for that prior authorization 48 to 72 hours, insurance give us 18 to 24 hours to give y'all a response.
So the response be in there.
Yeah.
After 24 hours.
Yeah.
We just need to do the follow-up, and we need to ask the follow-up questions. And when we are denied, the most important follow-up question to the insurance company is what?
So when you call in, if your doctor doesn't give you the information, okay, so the doctor just go tell you denied, because again, they don't have time, they don't care, it's not important. And majority of the time, you can call your insurance company, ask to speak pharmacy services, and tell them that, hey, I'm trying to get the results. It's nothing really special. You're trying to find out the status of your prior authorization. And they will walk you through whatever they can from there. Or if you haven't, you're calling about such and such drug and you need to know if it's covered or not. Is there any type of step therapy? Pharmacy customer service can help you to that point.
So we need to specifically ask about step therapy. We need to specifically ask about it, or is that something that they will?
I will ask, and the main reason why I ask, because even when you call your insurance, we semi-follow a script based off what you're calling us for.
Wow. Miss Fee said, I found out I was approved from my insurance company. She says my doctor's nurse was dragging her feet. So
that's what a lot of them do, because they won't tell you. I promise you, 20% of that stuff is on the insurance. 80% is on the doctor's office. No, 70%, I'm going to break it up. 70% can be on the doctor's office. 15% because the retail pharmacy don't read the bottom of the screen, and the other 15 is insurance. And I put my life on it.
Miss Carolyn says, I changed my doctor and she put her PA for weight loss, and the doctor before that had put for pre-diabetes, and she got denied, and then so she called and then they approved her.
Because she called, because they told her exactly what she needed and she fixed it. Because it's fixable. You can do a prior authorization through fax, phone, or online. And I tell majority of the doctor's office, don't go through all these websites. Go directly to, if that's what you do. And when I was a medical assistant, anybody that came up there, guess what? I made a United Healthcare account. I made a Blue Cross Blue Shield account. I made a Humana account. I gave it all generic to the doctor's office, because everything is drug specific. Everything, majority of it, especially now. And it's like, Miss Carolyn, you probably got 9 million people. I'm gonna just say Brown, Carolyn Brown. They won't put your date of birth on there. They won't put your ID number on there. And we looking like, so which Carolyn Brown from Pennsylvania? That's how I be looking at the screen.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
So what am I supposed to do? So basically it gets kicked back. And if the doctor's office is closed,
or which Carolyn Brown we talking about here?
Don't have a clue. Or it can be, or they rush and they put all the information on there. They don't put no doctor NPI number. They don't put no identifier. They don't do nothing. Or we get the ones who smart at them out and just send a chart note. Who this for? Like,
what's the note?
Just no PA, no nothing. They just sent a chart note.
Wow.
So it's like, y'all, don't get mad at the first denial. The second denial, I'll question. Do the doctor's office get told what to do? Yes.
When you do get denied, sister, the appropriate thing to do is to call the insurance company. From what I'm hearing and understanding, is to call the insurance company and have them put in writing why you're denied, so that you can then go back to the drawing board to fix the problem.
You don't necessarily have to go back to the drawing board, because whatever the reason is denied, we normally either, basically, when it's denied, a fax is sent to the doctor's office with what to do and correct, and eventually the patient will get it in the mail of what to do to correct. The doctor, they can actually take the ID, the case number, the reference number. They can either call and reopen the prior authorization, or simply write the case number on a cover page with the information that's missing and submit it so we can pull up the case number and reopen it.
Thank you, Letitia.
It's really simple. That it's submit the prior authorization, reopen, peer-to-peer, and then appeal are normally my things.
Got you.
But a lot of the doctors, nurses, and medical assistants don't care, don't give a damn, and they don't care, and I hate that.
So, just to give some motivation,
it's at your fingertips. It is at your fingertips. Everybody with this age, with this day and age, you can pull up your own formulary. You can print out the paper PA. You can fill it out. Do not sign the bottom. You can do your own chart notes. You can, like, if you got my chart or whatever that is, you can pull up the recent chart notes and fill it all out and bring it to the doctor. I kid you not. When it come down to diagnosis, there's a diagnosis for everything, and it's specific. Got shot in the eye, sitting in traffic. ABCD 1 2 3. There's a diagnosis. I'm a medical code and biller. There's a diagnosis for every freaking thing, to the T. It's just sad that now patients have to be their own advocate. So what I say is, y'all pull up the formulary, because it's at your fingertips. You print out the paper, because it's at your fingertips. You fill it out, and you give it to your doctor's office. I promise you they go look it over and sign the bottom. I haven't seen one person, not yet, that won't do it.
Let's go to the chat. Okay, so does anybody first of all, PJ, I already have your page up. This is my friend PJ, you guys.
Hi, PJ. And I need y'all not to go to them retail pharmacies talking about my medicine's supposed to be $30. Yeah, your medicine probably $30 after you reach that $3,000 deductible that y'all sign up for.
Oh gosh.
So, no retail pharmacy cannot see. Where do we look for the formulary? Depending on how your insurance portal is set up, but mostly it would be under provider. If it's member, provider, and pharmacy, look on the pharmacy information, and then you'll see something that say either PDL, which is preferred drug list, or formulary to that some point. If it just says member and provider, you can look under the provider part. Or you can simply just Google your information or ask Siri, Chat AI about your formulary, whoever your PBM is, your pharmacy benefits manager, and it'll pull your formulary up. Or you could DM me and I can walk you through it. Because only this year I'm giving y'all free advice, by the way.
Big Text Mama says, I just Googled and it came right up.
Yeah. And then if it sounds too good to be true, just call your pharmacy on the back of the card and they'll just verify for you. Because when I say it's at the fingertips and they just don't utilize it. And that's what makes me mad with the doctor's office. And then with the pharmacy, what makes me mad is they don't read the rejections. Also, y'all don't have to be going over there and explaining all y'all business to them pharmacy people unless they think it's a drug interaction or something like that. Yes,
okay, hold on, baby. Let me answer this question for Mina. So, Mina, for a situation like that, for the irregularity and spotting throughout the month, to me, it sounds like it's hormonal. So I would get in contact with my OBGYN and let your doctor know what's going on. It sounds like it might be just hormonal, baby.
GLP-1, I'm telling you from somebody who went through the same thing as you, GLP-1 works wonders for that. It took only 45 days for my period to be corrected. I've been on it for almost 3 years and I ain't missed a beat yet.
Letitia says, y'all just saved my life. Thank you for this information. You're welcome. Dawn says, she says, I'm sorry, out of luck because Blue Cross Blue Shield federal employment said no, dropped from formulary. Wow. So yeah, sister. So speaking of that, could you do a PA even if you... So Juniper says, could you still do a PA even if it's a benefit exclusion? Okay, so that... Baby, you was Juniper, you were thinking exactly what I was just about to ask her. Just like when my friend just said that when Dawn said that they dropped it from formulary. So if there is an exclusion, is there a criteria that the exclusion people fall to?
Now, when it said, it all depends on back to the diagnosis. So if it's a plan exclusion, can you do a prior authorization? Yes. And normally when it comes back as a plan exclusion, the formulary, I'm gonna use Zepbound for one of the states that I do. It's a tier 1 drug, which means it's formulary. It requires a prior authorization. When you pull up, it'll say Zepbound for moderate to severe sleep apnea, plan exclusion for obesity. So even though...
Okay, that went over my head. It went over my head. I'm sorry. Say it again.
So I'm gonna use Zepbound. So the pharmacy run it, and it says plan exclusion. But when you pull up your formulary says it's only plan exclusion to this diagnosis, aka obesity.
So you're saying I can use it I can use another diagnosis because the exclusion is only for obesity? Is that what you're saying?
When you dig into the formulary, when we dig into the insurance plan, yes.
So just for educational purposes, if my friend that was asking about the exclusion, Juniper, if they have an exclusion, if they have been excluded because of a diagnosis, are you saying
it's not that the diagnosis is the drug? So it's basically that's why I use Zepbound. Zepbound is covered for other like I told you, for type 2 diabetes, and it's covered for sleep apnea. But to save face, is going to automatically reject for plan exclusion. So yes, your doctor can do a prior authorization. The reason why they would do it for a prior authorization is because you're not using it for obesity, you're using it for type 2 diabetes, or you're using it for sleep apnea. But the plan excluded because it's considered cosmetic because you're trying to get it for obesity.
Okay, Juniper, do you understand what she's saying? I want to make sure, friend, because you asked the question.
Like Botox. Like everybody, like Botox. The first thing that comes to your mind when you say Botox is we all do that for wrinkles, right?
Yeah.
And it's a cosmetic procedure. So Botox is automatically plan exclusion. But now Botox can be used for migraines, for when your uterus is pulled out, to help with your bladder spasm. So the doctors would do a prior authorization, putting the diagnosis on there, and we're simply just going in and changing, saying that it's not cosmetic, it's medical related. So that's the loophole. So when you're kicking back and it's saying it's a plan exclusion, what is the medication, and then why are you getting it?
Okay.
Yeah, people get it for migraines, the Botox for migraines, but if your pharmacy benefit don't pay for it, you normally getting that injection at the doctor's office. That mean I would do it under your medical benefits. I wouldn't do it under your pharmacy benefits. That's a whole nother ball game.
Okay. Wow. Y'all, that's a lot of information. Anybody else have any other questions? And it's our wedding anniversary. We both were so busy we forgot. Oh my gosh, congrats. Listen, happy anniversary. My anniversary was on the 30th. Happy anniversary to you. But people get it for migraines. Fit text mom. Did you answer? Did you talk to her? Did you? Oh, you mean the Botox?
People get Botox for a lot of stuff. Yeah. Even vaginal tightening. Yeah, yeah. Because they didn't want to be loosey-goosey. And you can get it even in there. You'd be surprised what they use Botox for.
They don't want to
lie. Girl, I be doing prior authorizations and praying at the same time. The people don't know how much I be interceding for them, girl. Like that's what we doing. That's what these 200 cc's about to go. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Okay.
They be covering it. I'm not even gonna front. They be covering it.
Oh my gosh. Anybody else have any other questions?
But yeah, y'all can inbox. Y'all can always inbox me.
For LIPO C.
They wouldn't do that because that's a supplement.
It's a compound.
But
yeah, it's a compound.
If you have your FSA and what's that? Them two SHA and the FHA. That's your loophole. If y'all get them over the counter or whatever type benefits, y'all better use that money. If y'all gotta get compound, that's how you do it.
I use my money, honey. All $3,700. I get $3,700 a year. I use every dime. And when it gets to the end, if I still have money on there, I find stuff to buy.
Melatonin.
Let me tell y'all.
Vitamins.
She had to teach me that I can buy medicine. Remember? I didn't even know that.
I was so disappointed. I was so appalled.
I had been letting my FSA go to the website for years.
I was so mad. That's why y'all stock up on all y'all flu stuff, y'all elderberry, y'all if you're doing compound, that's how you get your pre-gaming.
Big Ocean Love says, what you mean? What card? So an FSA card is a flex spending account. Your HSA is called a health spending account. It's provided by your job. One, your job gives you the money. The other one, you're borrowing money from yourself, but you pay your job back every month over a certain time. So for example, Big Ocean Love, I have a flex spending account where my job gives me $3,700. Now you can tell them how much money you want to get because you're the one that's paying it back. So I wanted the max. And at my job, it's $3,700. And I pay, I think like maybe $120 every time I get paid. But they give you a card. Mine is a Visa card. Girl, let me show you. It's a Visa card. And you swipe your card for any health benefits. Girl, I had no idea that I even had this card. I never knew that I had this benefit, and I had been for years just letting the money. I don't know where the money would go. I honestly don't even know where the money would go.
You lose it.
But anyway, this is my card. It looked like this. See where it says Health Equity, got a Visa logo on it, girl.
And you can use it on Amazon, anywhere that has those logos.
You see, girl, listen, baby, I done bought compound.
Walmart.
I done bought, girl, every pair of glasses. These are Swarovski. Listen, look at these.
Copays,
These
dinner.
are Swarovski glasses. Do you hear me? FSA. I have a card. Also, HSA lasts forever. FSA I have to use by the end of the year. Oh, so PJ says the HSA lasts forever. His FSA, he has to use it by the end of the year. But I am self-employed. What should I do? Oh, she says she's self-employed. So I don't know how that works, boo.
That's why I tell y'all, read y'all plans. Now, some of y'all have to listen to y'all jobs because they might have just one insurance plan, and y'all have no choice but to take these insurance.
Ooh, Gina said I bought an extra large heating blanket.
Yeah, that's a medical expense for people with old bones, with anemia, with osteoarthritis, all that stuff.
What? Hey, Jackson. Oh my God. Listen, I had no idea. What else are y'all buying with y'all FSA card? Someone said, look, Fix Text Mom says, and they wonder why I'm always at the spa getting massages.
Period panties, them bras, them shape holders.
Oh my God. PJ says big difference with HSA. You actually leave a beneficiary as if you
donated.
Oh wow. Damn, I had no idea. I don't think my company has HSA, or do they? I don't even know.
Majority of them have both, but people take the one that normally drops the money before taking it out.
Hold on now. Brown, what is it? Brown, Go Cluely. Girl, what's the name of the FSA store? Oh my God.
And y'all just hold y'all receipts on that. And the reason why I say hold the receipts, because when y'all do get those massages, the massages will match the diagnosis just in case they do start to question that. If y'all use y'all hands, if y'all on y'all feet, especially if you're in the medical field, the construction field, hell, teachers. Us work from home people, we need those chairs and elevations and circulation socks, blood pressure cuffs. Y'all could get those CGMs, insulin needles. Like I said, bras not cheap, but if you're like all type of stuff.
Oh, Ari is asking where you get your massages at, boo.
For me?
My company, no, she's asking the person who Fit Texas Mom. She's asking where do you get your massages at, because I'm assuming that she wants to go. My sister says when me and my husband fly, our socks are free. Compression socks are free.
Amazon, Walmart, Target, they have the logos there. The only person that need to add an FHA is Temu. and TikTok shop. Them the only ones that need it.
Kiki says I use mine to get IV hydration therapy in Florida.
Yeah.
Wow. Rocio says high deductible plans have HSA. Oh, got you, friend. HSA is tax-free going in, tax-free growth, tax-free withdrawal. Thank you, Tia. Wow.
Hey, Timu got some good stuff. They be in the clutch, man. The massage chairs and all that. Them feet. Look, don't get me started on here. That's why I don't trust myself for the FHA. Look, mess around and be thirsty and go get me a ocean water from Sonic. Hydration therapy. Ain't nothing but a Powerade. Yeah. You can't. Yeah. I don't need it.
Oh gosh. Tia says I'm saving my HSA money to pay my Medicare premiums when I'm old. So, oh my gosh, I need to look into that. I wonder if my job has that. Who said? Somebody said this is Rochelle. She says I be all on the name brands. Listen, I'm telling you, these are Swarovski crystals. Okay, these are Swarovski glasses.
Yeah, once you go to the doctor, like once you go to the eye doctor again, if you have my chart, they put the prescription up there, and your eyeglasses prescription is good for a year. So when you get the frames and y'all order from the website, all they want to do is take a picture of your copy of your prescription and then just upload it.
For the 160 people who are in the chat, if you're not yet following me, click this picture. Make sure you're following me. If you're not following my sister, y'all make sure y'all following her because y'all know she is a wealth of information, honey. For those of you who want to start your GLP-1 journey, we always tell you to vet your insurance companies. That's what we're talking about tonight. However, if you're going through difficult prior authorizations, or if you're getting denied meantime in between time, if you want to start your GLP-1s, all you have to do is use the LINK treat MIBIO, okay? And we will get you connected with an obesity trained specialist so that you can get your GLP-1 needs met, okay? Yes, God. Yes, I get them with no prescription. Wow.
And look while I'm talking about not reading and stuff, I need to do, because I suffer from migraines and PCOS and PMDD. They sent me a machine to where I was doing my physical therapy at the house for free. They sent me a whole little tablet and the whole 7. They did my physical therapy for free.
Miss Karen Walls, I'm with Amble Health, friend. Amble Health. This is an Amble sponsored live. Does anybody else have any other questions relating to insurances or prior authorizations, health spending accounts, flex spending accounts, and all the things? Do y'all have any other questions? Because I'm gonna jump off. I still got papers. I got a paper to write.
I love your grades, girl. You look just like your mommy.
Thank you. It's okay, honey. This has been a good live. It was a very good informative live. Yeah.
Y'all lucky she called me before my melatonin kick in.
So Brown Glow Cooley says, I would like to know how to get a GLP-1 shot without insurance. So the only way you can get it without insurance is you pay out of pocket. And there's a LINK in my bio. There's a link in my bio. Okay. You're welcome, Kiki. You guys listen, I love when we have conversations where we all learn from each other and people be dropping gems. Y'all, I have learned a lot in this live tonight. A lot. So if y'all have any questions, y'all drop it. Can I get one more script by the end of December? That's Fatima is asking. It depends on how many
get your doctor to write the prescription. I mean, redo the prior authorization. And tell them put 2 refills on it, and let's just say the insurance pay for one and you mysteriously lost the prescription, and then get them to refill the prescription.
Allegedly. So Ari is saying, so do I need to set up a HSA or a FSA to do these things? So honestly, Ari, I'm not familiar with the HSA, but I know the FSA for me was just easy. It was just easy for me to get it because they asked me, do you want a flex spending account? Because it's your money, you just pay it back, so you have to call your human resource department and ask them what is available to you. Is that who she calls? HR to tell her if they have health spending account. Your HR person at your job will be able to connect you with who you need to talk to for as your FSA and your HSA. But I know you have to do that during open enrollment. So I don't know that you can add on an FSA or a health or a HSA in the middle of the fiscal year. I know with my company, it only can be done during open enrollment. So it's something that you definitely need to question the insurance. I don't know who handles your insurance, but we have a department that handles insurance at my job. And during open enrollment, they make sure they're emailing us every day about information about new updates and all of this stuff. So we have a person that we can talk to. So just call your HR and ask them who you need to talk to about your health spending account or your flex spending account, baby. My FSA reimbursed for IV fluid stuff and all. Oh, that's amazing.
My insurance just started covering fertility stuff too. They covered fertility meds, but now the medical side about to start covering fertility treatment. I ain't having no baby though, because if I get pregnant, he will be a single father.
My sister Black Butterfly says, look on the back of your card, of your insurance card, and it should have the information on there for you. Baby doll.
I wonder if they give you reimbursement for bonnets.
Kiki, that's me, says you can call your human resource person or their benefits manager. Yeah. It's the benefits manager.
GLP-1 makes you fertile. I'm telling you. It make you fertile. I already told mine. He'll be sitting there doing skin to skin, and I'll be like, who baby is this? Single father.
Okay. I love y'all. It looks like nobody else have any other questions. Y'all, this is an amazing live. Thank you guys. We didn't have not one troll in here tonight. I love that everybody in here was like-minded. We all had respect for one another. I absolutely love that. You guys are kings and queens. I tell y'all that all the time. You're welcome. If you guys are not yet following me again, make sure that you're following me. Hold on. Let me, oh shit, my phone died. Make sure you're following. This is my backup page. You guys, we have almost 3K followers here. In the big page, we have over 101K followers. Make sure you're following me on both pages. Turn your notification bells on, you guys. I only do lives here. I don't do lives on my big page because I get too many violations. Like, I didn't get not one violation. Ever since I've been on my backup page, I've not gotten not one, well, maybe one violation in the last couple of weeks. But on my other page, y'all, I can't say nothing without getting a violation. So it's just easier for me to be able to talk how I want, give the information that I want to do, how I want to, without being bothered by TikTok. So that's why I come to my backup page, y'all. Thank you, Jenna. If you're not following my sister, y'all, make sure y'all follow her. And hopefully she'll start doing lives of her own to talk about the insurance. You know, it's always good to have an insurance. You know, that's something that we don't have in the GLP-1 community, is someone who actually works in insurance that can give us the insiders. So I wish somebody got to do it somebody got to take one for the team and give us the information that we need so that
I'm gonna have to do another page off the other page because y'all coming in hot. And when I say y'all, the ignorant people coming in hot. And the only thing that I'm really watching, because I don't care what people say that I have tough skin, I just feel sorry for my people who are getting insurance off of the health exchange, Obama plan and all that. And I don't want to be mixed up in the hype because no matter it's named after whatever administration after, I don't care about all that. But they go to the extreme to be trying to follow or whatever and get you to lose job. So, Gotcha. And then I'm waiting to get more information. That's why I said, if you need me and you really need me, whether it's medical
Say hi in the chat so we can pin you. Oh, I can't. We can't pin when we're on. When we have two people up. Just say hello so that they can see you in the chat. Or all y'all have to do is click on her picture. There she go. Summer Zakila. Click on.
Just go ahead and inbox me, and I help you the best way that I can. I even do the research for you and give you the best way I can. That's gonna be your holiday special up until January 5th. Then after that, I'm about to add text. But y'all got me for a whole 30 days.
Oh God! So if you have any questions about your insurance, your PA, y'all, honestly, I don't really be knowing stuff like that. Y'all heard me say in the last couple of years, I didn't even know I had a flex spending account. You understand what I'm saying? My sister had to teach me that. I didn't know nothing about it. Had been having it for years, honey. Been paying for doctor
unnecessary money.
Been paying for doctor visits out of pocket, child. Paying for surgery, pre-op stuff, paying out of pocket, child. Not even knowing that I had a flex spending account. But hey, when you don't know, you don't know. And I'm a whole
getting that dragon fruit for free.
Lord have mercy. But I love you guys. Make sure you follow both the pages. Thank you guys so much for tapping. Everybody that tapped, everybody that sent a gift. Y'all know y'all never have to send a gift. All y'all have to do is just be in here and engage and be vulnerable. Put your, this is a space that you can come and sit back and feel like you are amongst friends and family, because we definitely adjust crowns over here and we lift one another up and we make sure that we have the information we need to be successful. It's not just about getting compounded medication. I'm a nurse before I am a Amble affiliate. I want to make sure you're getting your medicine however the hell you can get it. And I always am going to tell you to try to use your insurance company. Try to get it through your formulary. Through your insurance. Check your formularies, because that's the best way. When you can get somebody to help you pay for these damn medicines, then you're going to be consistent with being successful, because that's the most important thing, is getting it paid for, because they're so expensive. And then if you cannot get it, then you can lean to a compounded pharmacy like an Amble or whoever you choose to go with. Because Amble's not the only company. You understand what I'm saying? But at the my desire is for us all to be on the meds and to be able to get the meds at the most convenient way and the most financially responsible way we can for our own individual households. Because there's a lot of households where there's more than one person. There's 3 people in my households on GLP-1. So damn well I'm gonna find it the best way I can. You understand? So, and if I'm thinking that, I know that if I want that for myself, I want that for you all as well. So that's the priority here. So I appreciate everybody for spending this evening with me. It was very informative. Sister, thank you so much for coming up and blessing us with all of that great information. It was some really good information. Thank you to everybody who tapped to get us up to almost 50K likes and alive, honey. That's great. And anybody who gave a gift, y'all know I tell y'all all the time, when you're moving in life, don't be moved by what you see. Move what you see by what you say. And always remember that you guys are kings and queens. You guys live in palaces. You sit on thrones. You have a crown amongst your head. Whether a person can see your crown or not, it's there. And people don't have to like how you move in this world. Whatever your decisions are for self, that's your decisions. We don't have to like them, but we must respect them at all times. So I love each and every one of you, and I respect all of y'all individually.
And I love my sister giving y'all that grace, because guess what? Jesus said, give them love, not access. But even now and again, you might have to flip a table or two. And that's okay, because he did it as well. So,
and then,
yeah, I just don't want y'all to forget that part. Remember, he flipped tables, not people, though. Remember that.
Yes. He flipped tables, not people. Treat others as if how you would want to be treated.
Amendment number 2.
Yeah. I love you guys. You guys have a good night. And this is my weekend to work. So I'll be at work Saturday and Sunday, but I will definitely meet with you guys on Monday. Love you guys. Have a good night. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you, Rocio. Thank you, Side to Side. Thank you, Kendall. I love you guys, y'all. Those are my mods. I love you guys. Y'all have a good night. Bye.